Okay, our criteria. These are specific factors that we look at on any property that we're analyzing and make the buy or no buy decision on. Okay, first of all, of course, stability and perception in the neighborhood is important. You know, you can get a real good feel by talking to the neighbors, simply talking to the neighbors, right? Maybe talking to a real estate agent who's a specialist in the area. Also by reading stuff, whether it be the weekly in the neighborhood or the local paper, reading about the specific neighborhood will give you a real good feel on what's going on in the neighborhood. Okay, but it's also why I mean, part of our hiring criteria is we like to hire people who already know the Sacramento area, but also to stay in tune while they're always constantly previewing properties as well. Okay, just to stay in tune with the marketplace and what's going on. Churn rate, you guys know what that is? Yep. Very important number to know, especially if you're flipping. So if you've got a universe of 1,000 homes and say 100 homes have sold within that universe within the past 12 months, you've got a churn rate of 10%. We like to see 5% or more, typically higher, right? But you know, that's a healthy churn rate. If you're flipping, critical number to know, you can get this very easily. Any title company can supply this number for you. Quick call, okay? Schools, right? Here in Sacramento County, during the heyday, the early 2000s, 1 out of every 4 sales in Sacramento County was in Elk Grove. One of the primary reasons, and this was mainly what, 03, 04, 05, but one of the main reasons is school. At that time, and I think still the case, Elk Grove Unified, top 5 rated school district. Okay, of course, proximity to shopping, schools, parks, any other amenities, okay, is important. Forced appreciation possibilities is something that we look for, okay? Can you add square footage? Can you add a bathroom? Can you add a bedroom, okay? If you are an entrepreneurial type of investor, this is probably the area where you can get your biggest hit, your biggest profit margin. Okay, this is where you get your huge lump sums because you're forcing appreciation here. Is it easily rentable or saleable? Okay, quick check with your property management company tells you very quickly whether or not, or what's going on in the area, what market rents are in that specific neighborhood. Scouring what's available and just talking to landlords, seeing what the rents are and you know, how quickly they're being rented. Saleability is something that we start with right at the beginning. I mean, when we're doing our due diligence and our analysis right from the beginning, I mean, that's one of the things that we're gauging pretty closely is days on market. What's happening in that specific neighborhood? Are they is it a fast-moving neighborhood? Okay, we want to make sure that there's not a ton of actives in that area, okay, and properties are moving quick, right? Because even if we've got a client that has a buy and hold strategy, yes, you can be a little bit more relaxed in your standards, but we're sort of looking at everything through the filter of as if we're going to flip. Okay, so is it easily rentable or saleable is criteria. Overall feel of the area, right? I don't even know how I don't know how you train that, but it's why we like people who. How do you build intuition? How do you develop that? Really it's confidence. Right, based on your experience level, the things that you've seen. That's why we like hiring experienced investors, people who have a lot of education, who are very, very data-driven, you know, and know the area. How do you train that? You got to have the right people in place to be able to pull the trigger on that, you know. So, but that's residential real estate in general.